Hola, pendejos. Because I'm in the hospital right now, I cannot record with my microphone. So this part will be created by the unholy AI. Nevertheless, let's be thankful for this great gift. So, in the next part, we will give our character a sword that he can swing around in an irresponsible fashion. To do that, we might create a model inside Unreal or import one. I've got this made in Blender. It's called Spat because I once met a guy from Albania. He was also called Spat, but as far as I could tell, he was not a sword. Spat means sword in Albanian, and he was a great guy, hence the name. And for all the dear peeps who are new on this series, this system builds upon previous tutorials. You can find the link in the description. If you want to have a deep understanding of what's happening, I'd suggest you build the system from scratch. But you can also purchase this Sword Swing starter kit on Gurmroad, including the project file with comments and sword model. Warning, small parts included, do not put in mouth. By doing so, you support this channel. It's a great help, my sincerest thanks. A question from the heavily armoured gentleman in the back.
Do you have katana?
Yes, we do have katana. But enough talk, let's get started. First step. Fire up the engine and import the model which you are going to use. Once your spat is imported, open up the mannequin or whatever skeletal mesh you are using. Go to this skeleton section. Here we will add a socket. You can use sockets to easily attach stuff to your skeletal mesh, just like a chewing gum you grab into that was stuck under the table. From this list, select the hand_R. Right-click and add a socket. Here you can spend way too much time searching for a fitting name. Finally, I've settled on grab weapon _R_socket. Once you've settled for a name, right-click the freshly baptized socket and then click Add Preview Asset. Select your weapon. And with great care, place the spat where it belongs to. I was using the trackpad of my laptop to rotate the camera. I do not recommend that. Et voilà! This is what I got in the end. To actually use this socket in-game, open your character blueprint. Add a static mesh component, then drag it onto the character mesh. Over here, select your weapon mesh of choice. Click the parent socket selector, and now you can find the grab weapon _R socket. Reset all transforms on the sword, and it should be right in place. Fine, the mannequin has a sword stuck to its right side banana peeler now, but the way he moves it, it sure could be a little bit more elegant. Creating this system is a joyful experiment, and after playing around with some different ideas in my head on how to improve it, I found the very obvious. We need some sweet-ass sword poses to replace the default grab moves that were created earlier. It was time to get some inspiration from this handsome fellow of the ring. What a legendary movie. Okay, Mama, it's time to breed these poses. Arm out, arm up, arm down, arm left, diagonal left, and Kevin, aka ready to swing. You can create poses from scratch using the control rig or extract them from existing animation packs. I took another route and decided to load up the existing animations/poses from the grab tutorial in order to make them more sword-friendly. And here are some things I've learned. With animations open, you can change any bone transform and bake the resulting pose into a new animation asset. Once satisfied with your work, press this button right here, select Create Animation, Current Pose, and give it a name. Thus, a new animation is born. If you are posing within the sequencer, you can attach stuff to your rig like this. Select a static mesh from within the editor and add it to the sequence by clicking the green plus sign and choosing Actor to Sequencer. By clicking this little plus sign, you gain the power to add an attach track. If you select the control rig now, you should be prompted to choose the bone or socket you want to attach your object to. Once you reset the location on the sword, it comes flying through space and time so effectively, Elon Musk would want to launch it. You can mirror one limb to another like this. Press Enter to insert a keyframe for both limbs you want to sync. Open the graph editor and in here, select all keyframes and copy them to the other side. This does work, but I've felt that posing the limbs simultaneously is more effective and fun. You can mirror entire animations. Although it's a little unintuitive, you have to create an extra asset to do this, a mirror data table asset. That's the Unreal fashion. We do love you, Unreal Engine, even when you're overcomplicating things. Once this asset is created, from version 5.6, you'll be able to mirror the animation directly in the content drawer. Right, click the asset, hover over Animation Modifiers and select Add Modifiers. But since I'm using an older version, the mirror operation is not listed here. Sad smiley. To get a mirrored version, use the sequencer. You can load in a control rig and add the animation you want to mirror. Delete the rig itself so that only the animation is left. Right-click it and under Properties, you will find an option to use the Mirror Data table. Now you can bake the result into a new animation. Not gonna lie, making these assets is a piece of work. But what feels heavy is probably not the work itself. It's the expectation that it's going to take long and be hard. Luckily, these thoughts can be changed. I actually had a blast while creating these. I think creating stuff should not be a source of frustration. It should be a source of joy, even when things get difficult. So take a piece you can digest and try not be too fixed on the result. I often find that once I just begin the process, my doubts fly away and I get to enjoy being with what I love to do. I had the idea to make a video on this topic, some coaching instead of technical tutorial. Let me know if you would like to see that.
What's left to do now is to get yourself into the 80s montage mood by listening to some banging records while crafting. When feeling my body getting tense, I stood up and swung my crutches around, pretending to be some fancy swordsman. Not only does it feel cool, you can help your body keeping itself geschmeidig. Huzzah! We can now duplicate the grab blend space and place the new animations.
Find it in your content and cast a right-click to duplicate. I call this blendspace _ one-handed. Foreshadowing. Open it, and under Asset Details, you can replace the poses now, one by one. This already looks promising. Let us add the 2 extra poses like this. Yippee-yay! I'm excited to test this new blend space. Off we go, into the Anim BP to hook things up in there. First, open the state machine and then the controlled by player state. Now you can rewire the input into the new blend space. And look how ready the mannequin is. He can't wait. Haja, schwing, bang, splat. We have built the foundation for a fencing game. I was actually surprised when I first tried out the swinging, and I have some ideas on how to spice things up. So stay tuned. This was AI narrator speaking. Goodbye, my precious homans.